really good to be back in front of the camera. And I can't wait to do something else to my bike. It's been a minute, and I've missed you guys. That reminds me, I got a comment on one of my last videos. Hang on a second. Let's see. It was... Okay, here it is. It's from, let's see, DJ Sharky 3303. It says, thanks, this helps a lot. I didn't have a bike mechanic close to me, so I usually do repairs myself. DJ Sharky 3303. Thanks for the comment. I really enjoy comments like that because that's why I do this. And that makes me kind of curious. What state are you from if you're from the US? If you're not from the US, what country are you from? So I'm just kind of curious where you guys are watching from. So comment below, let me know where you're from. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button. I think it's kind of cool that I'm helping you all over the world. Okay, anyways, let's get to the video. The fun stuff that we're doing today is I'm going to replace the cassette on my YT. Now, the rule that I try to follow with this is I replace my chain basically once a year. Probably should do it more often, but I like to get as much life as I can. So replace the chain once a year, and then every other chain, replace the cassette. So since I'm replacing my chain for the second time or third time, I don't know. I'm due for this thing. To remove your current cassette, it's not gonna take a lot of tools. All you'll need is a cassette tool, and it looks like this. Now you'll need some sort of adjustable wrench or something to attach to that. I use that's like one of my favorite tools. And you'll need a chain whip. I mean, this is the cheapest one I think ever made. So you don't need a super fancy one. I'm sure it makes it easier, but this one will work. And some gloves. So anytime you're working with brakes or drivetrain, always put some gloves on. For the sake of demonstration, I'm just gonna set my wheel here and show you how to do this. So you will grab your chain whip and you will put it on the wheel so you have leverage pushing against your cassette clockwise. Then you're gonna take your cassette tool with your breaker bar or whatever's attached to it, and then you're gonna stick it in here and you're gonna turn it counterclockwise, lefty-loosey to, obviously loosen. You can't really do it here. I'm back here now. Okay, so what you're gonna do is push down to loosen. Now those popping noises are normal. That's just the back side of this lock nut. Here, let me show you. Take the lock nut off, and then you'll see on the back why it made that popping noise. Totally normal. Make sure if you have a cassette that isn't all one piece, which means that these come off individually, once you get down in there a couple of cogs, you'll notice there are spacers in there. Keep everything in the right orientation, the right order, I guess, as you take it off so you know how to put it back on. Or, if you're cool, maybe you can just pop the whole thing off in one piece. If you're cool. All those stay together. There's also a spacer below your cassette. Don't forget to set that spacer aside. You may need it. And this brings us to our unboxing segment of this video, brought to you by Just Ride Bikes and Fitness. In here we've got a piece of cardboard. And then we've got our mountain bike cassette. So this is the NX. On the back you will see the model number. It is PG1230. 1230, somewhere over there. And that is upgrading this cassette, which was PG1210. It's the one that's grouped together with the SX drivetrain. We all know what they say about the SX drivetrain. Sucks. We're gonna take this spacer that was underneath the old cassette. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put the cassette on. This free hub body is a Shimano HG, so it has these weird spliney things with one narrow and the rest of them the same size. What you're gonna do is you're gonna look at your cassette here and you're gonna find wherever the narrow one is and line it up with the narrow here. Easy enough. Make sure you put this spacer on next. And then from there, you're going to work through all of your small cogs. The top 3 do not have spacers in between them. Now, you do not need to use any grease or anything like that here. Some people will probably say to grease your free hub body. It's not necessary. Okay, then when you get down to your last 3, remember there are no spacers, so you'll just line them up and throw them on. And there is only one way that these things can go, so you can't really mess it up. And then the last one, you're going to have to look at the bottom to line up. You will take your lock nut, and it will tell you on here what to torque it to. This one says lock to 40 Newton meters, which is 26.5 foot-pounds. So we will take our torque wrench, set it to 26.5. And for this, you don't need your chain whip. There we go. Brand new cassette. All right, that completes this upgrade on the bike. Now I got to put a new chain on it. So if you'd like to see the video on how to size a chain lengthwise to fit for your bike, I'll be doing that next.